Hola amigos, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Emma, and usually my content is kind of author life stuff, publishing advice, writing tips and tricks. But today I'm going to be sharing a bit of a book haul because it was my birthday recently. Actually, it wasn't that recently. It was a little while ago that I just haven't felt like filming. So this pile of books has been sat in my dining room waiting for me to be ready to film this video. So today I thought enough is enough. This needs to be done. I need to show off all these lovely books which I got. Everybody who knows me knows how much I appreciate being gifted a book, and so there's quite a lot here. It's a nice selection. There's some fiction, there's some non-fiction, and included in the non-fiction are some kind of creative writing books, so that's pretty cool. So they aren't in any particular order just because they've seriously been in a pile in my dining room just waiting for me to do this. So the first one is Lucy Wolseley's Jane Austen at Home. So it's a biography of Jane Austen. I'm a big Jane Austen fan, and I actually took part in a project earlier this year where they were asking people, they being Jane Austen House, to help them to transcribe the diary of one of Jane Austen's brothers. And I was so lucky to be able to take part in that, and it's kind of reignited my love for Jane. I will make sure that I link the video that I did on that whole thing, which was such a cool experience, down in the description below. Anyway, I thought this would be really cool and really nice. And honestly, the only reason that I really knew that that book existed was because I knew about this book, which is also by Lucy Wolseley, and it's a biography of Agatha Christie. Now, I've read two biographies, actually autobiographies, of Agatha Christie as they were written by herself, and she's an absolutely fascinating woman. She really is. I do enjoy her books, but I really enjoy just reading about her as a person. So yeah, I thought that that would be really cool. And then once I saw that book and found out about that, it kind of led me to the Jane Austen one, which I also asked for. The next book is a creative writing book, How to Write a Novel Using the Snowflake Method. Now, I've watched a couple of YouTube videos about this method, and I thought it was quite interesting. I do run a creative writing class locally, so I'm always looking for kind of different ideas for other writers as well as for me. So even if this method isn't something that I would necessarily use, I thought it would be really cool to find out more about it, so that maybe it might be useful to one of my students, or maybe I'll make a YouTube video about it myself or something like that. It just looked cool. Then the next two kind of go together, and they are the Emotional Wound Thesaurus and the Rural Setting Thesaurus. So these are part of a set of books which are just so useful to writers. The one that kind of is the most famous is the Emotion Thesaurus, and I've got that one, and I've got one of the other ones as well. But basically what you can do, like if I use this one as an example, the Emotional Wound one. So say you have a character who his gerbil died in a freak accident involving an ice cream cone. You can, okay, that might be a little bit too specific for this, but basically you can kind of look up that emotional wound, and it will give you examples of like false beliefs that could be embraced, things the character might feel, personality traits that may form, things like that. So it can just really give you an idea of how you can build on, in this case, that emotional wound, and make it seem very realistic to your readers by really thinking about how it would affect the character. And it just gives you some kind of extra ideas that you may not have already thought of. So I think that those will be really useful. In particular, actually, the rural setting one, because a lot of my books do have rural settings. So I thought that would be really cool. Although flicking through it, I can see that it is quite Americanized. and my books are set in the UK. So there were some things that I was kind of looking at and I was like, yeah, that's really kind of not relevant to me, but you know, I'm sure that there will be plenty. This one, tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. I just heard it was really good, honestly. And somebody asked me what I wanted. And so I asked for this book because, yeah, I've heard really good things about it, even though I don't really know anything about it. But I am going on holiday next week. So this may well be one that I take with me. So maybe I'll let you guys know what I think. Next, there are quite a few books, aren't there? It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. So I hadn't read anything by this author. Obviously, her books went completely crazy on TikTok and she's made millions, which is amazing for her. Then kind of last month, I think it was, I finally read It Ends With Us. I picked it up in a charity shop and I really enjoyed it. And then I discovered that there's a sequel to it. So I thought that that would be really cool to ask for. Next up is Not in Love by Hazelwood. I don't kind of just read this kind of like, I feel this is very girly fiction, a lot of what I'm showing. I do read quite widely. It's just that these are kind of books that I asked for because I kind of knew that they were ones that I was going to like and that I would want to keep, if that makes sense. Whereas I will try different authors and different genres and things like that, but I'll tend to get those books from the library or from charity shops because I'm not really sure how much I might enjoy them, maybe. Anyway, yeah, Not in Love by Hazelwood. I think I've read everything that she has written. She writes stemicist romances usually, although she does have one about chess and a vampire and werewolves random one that came out earlier this year, I think. So yeah, stemicist romances. So her heroines of her books are in the STEM industries, which is really, really cool. So yeah, that'd be good. I needed to get on the ice hockey romance wagon. I'm always late to every trend. You will notice this about me. I kind of wait to see if you know, if it's really going to stick, if people really like it, and then I kind of hop on it. So Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I just wanted to read like an ice hockey romance, basically. So that's why I went for that. Oh, this is a big boy. This is a chunky one. Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Finally. So like I say, I'm always late to everything. I read Fourth Wing at the beginning of this year. I think I got it for Christmas. I really, really liked it. And then I borrowed Iron Flame from the library, but it took ages to come in because it's so popular. Anyway, so I finally got it and I was reading something else. So I was just really busy and I wanted to wait until, you know, I had time to properly get into it. Anyway, so I did. I finished like a big work project, I think, and quite late at night, and I settled down and I read like the first chapter, went to bed, woke up the next morning to have a notification from the library that I needed to give it back because somebody else wanted it. So yeah, that was terrible. Anyway, all is rectified. I have my own copy now and I'm really looking forward to reading that. I thought the first one was extremely entertaining. Really well done, and I do love a little bit of, what do they call it, romantasy. Yeah, like a romantic fantasy. Very, very cool. And then finally, I know there are a lot here, I'm just going to lean over. I have the 12-week year for writers. So I read the 12-week year last year, the original book, and it was really interesting. So basically the idea is that you get super organized, and instead of thinking in terms of months, you think in terms of weeks, and in particular these blocks of 12 weeks. It's kind of like 12 months, and you try to be so organized and awesome that you achieve as much in that 12-week block as you would in a year. So I don't know whether I'd quite go that far because I'm pretty productive. Like I do get a lot done, but I think we can always improve. Anyway, I enjoyed that book, and then I heard that there was this one for writers, but it was quite pricey, so I didn't buy it for myself, but I was given it for my birthday. So that's another really, really cool one. I am looking forward to that. It has a grass stain on it on the front. How I haven't actually put this on grass, so yeah, there we go. Anyway, aren't I a lucky girl? Yeah. So I'm sorry it's taken me so long to film this. For anybody who kind of saw the Instagram post with the pictures of all these books and wanted to know more, but what can I say? Yeah, it was a good birthday anyway. I went to the beach in the pouring rain with my dogs, which was good fun, and played a board game and watched a film and basically ate my weight in creamy, cheesy tortelloni, which was fantastic. Yeah, definitely a good birthday. I also had a really, really lovely bottle of wine, and yeah, it was all good. All the good food and drink and time spent with family and with dogs. What more can we ask for? Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope that you've enjoyed it and that you'll stick around. Boot the like button if you haven't already, because it makes such a difference to my channel. And subscribe if you're not already. It is free and we have an awful lot of fun on this channel. I will catch you in my next video, which will be out just next week. See you then.